Hey guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working on the new body Ram truck 2019 and up, Ram Heavy Duty. Today I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the headlights. So what we're working on here is a truck with the basic halogen headlights. We have this cool product by obdgenie.com. This is a daytime running light programmer. What we're gonna promote today, which looks really neat with these Ram trucks, we're going to illuminate the turn signal. So your low beam won't be on when you're driving the truck during the day, only your turn signal. It just gives it a really cool look while you're driving around during the day. And even as it starts to get dark before your lights come on, you get that nice amber strip on the bottom of your basic halogen headlight. So all you have to do is just plug in your OBD Genie programmer into the OBD2 port. But before you do that, you just have to install one little module. The whole process takes about 15 to 20 minutes, so let me show you how to do it. Now, in order to run the Genie programmer to enable the option that you're looking for, you also have to install temporarily a security gateway module bypass. Now, this is just installs temporarily, just to allow you to program the vehicle's body control module for the specific feature you're looking to enable. Now, the security gateway module is located behind the speedometer, so I'm gonna show you guys how to get to that. It's not as hard as it sounds. The whole process, including the programming and reassembling, takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're gonna wanna do is lift up on this little pad up here. Now, it doesn't matter if you have the smaller radio or any of the different factory radios, there's only 2 screws that hold this center stack in place. So you just want to get access to those 2 screws. They're 7mm. Now, once those 2 screws have been removed, you can just muscle this out. You can use a dash pry tool, whatever you want to do. But we're not gonna disconnect any of this. The only reason why we're pulling this out is to get access to this panel here. So I'm actually just gonna muscle it out. You notice it gives you a little bit of room here. All we have to do now is pull on this little panel here, just enough to loosen it up a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is pull out the speedometer bezel here. So what you're gonna wanna do is on the lip of the bezel here, you can put your pry tool in or a regular screwdriver. You're just gonna wanna pry down on it to release the clips. Then just pull it out. You notice it just has retaining clips. There's no screws that hold that bezel in. So, on the right side of your speedometer, you're gonna have the little part that you popped out earlier. You don't have to disconnect this, just kind of set it off to the side. Same thing on the other side, just pop that off. Now you're gonna notice 2 7mm screws on this instrument or this steering column panel. So you're gonna go ahead and remove those 2 screws. I like to go ahead and put the column down a little bit, but basically you just pop this out. And then you'll notice 2 lower screws on the actual speedometer itself, and then 2 screws at the top. So go ahead and remove those 4. All right, now that all of our screws are out, we can simply just pull the cluster out, flip it upside down, and just temporarily disconnect it. Now, whenever you pull it out, be sure not to scratch the lens, so just kind of stick it in a safe spot. But you'll notice behind the speedometer cluster is where the security gateway module is located. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna disconnect those two connectors that are in the side of that module. These two connectors here will simply just plug into our bypass device. We can just set it back here. We can go ahead and install our cluster. We're just gonna set the cluster back in place. We're not gonna actually screw it in. We're just gonna set it back in place. Now at this particular point, now that the security gateway module bypass is installed, now we can run our OBD Genie programmer in the OBD2 port. All we have to do is put the vehicle in the run position, and then we can go ahead and plug it in. It takes about 30 seconds. You'll see a green light illuminate, and then once the green light comes on, you know you're all done. All right, what we're gonna do is go ahead and put the vehicle in the run position, and we'll go ahead and plug in our Genie programmer. You'll see a series of lights. As soon as you get the solid green light, you can go ahead and unplug it and won't be needed anymore. All right, we now have the solid green light, so we can go ahead and disconnect it. You'll also notice that your speedometer cluster and your infotainment system will reset as well. All right, guys, we went ahead and turned the truck off. Now all we have to do is just remove the bypass device, plug those two cables back into the security gateway module, and just reassemble everything. So as you can see, very easy to do. We've been in here for maybe 12 minutes. So what we're gonna do now is just kind of put it all back. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this closeout panel in. You'll notice how it kind of has this lip here. You're gonna wanna stick that in and then pop it into place. The other side is the same way where the ignition switch is. All right, now when you install the speedometer bezel, you're going to want to clip in the bottom first, and then slide the top back, and it'll pop back into place.